Hi there and welcome to Working on Photo tutorial channel. Today, for my first tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate a simple way to convert color image into a nice, deep, rich, contrasted black and white picture. So let's get started. Okay, to begin, we'll duplicate our background layer and create a black and white adjustment layer. The great thing about this is you can actually affect every of the color in the image using one of these little cursor and making them darker or lighter, which will affect you in black and white results. So now what I'm trying to achieve is a dramatic kind of very dark sky because I have some cloud in this picture. To do so, I'm adding a layer. Going into the adjustment shadow highlights, and actually what I should touch there is not the shadows, so I'm turning off the shadows, and then I'm going to add detail, playing with the highlight cursor, radius, and just trying to play with all this little cursor and to get what I want. So once I'm done, I can click OK. I'm gonna name this layer highlights and then create a layer mask. With my white brush, I'm going to paint on the sky, which is the area I want to affect only. I don't want to affect the front portion of the image. I just want it to darken the sky. So I'm using a soft brush for this. Right, it looks about alright now. Alright, so okay, let's work with the layer below, which I didn't touch yet. I'm gonna call it shadows, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before, but not going to touch the highlights, just the shadows. I want to add some more details in the river, in the buildings, and so I'm gonna play with the cursors again, total width, radius. Once done, click OK. Alright, looks a little bit better. It's very gray, but we're gonna work on the contrast later. Now I'm hitting Command G and grouping these two layers into a group called Shadows and Highlights. Next step is to add some grain to this picture, because I need texture. These digital files are always way too flat for me. So I'm creating a new empty layer, which I'm gonna fill with a 50% gray. Hit OK, and then I'm gonna switch the layer mode to overlay. So the gray does not affect the image at all, but I'm gonna add some noise, which I will turn to about 11, 9 seems okay, and yeah, and I hit OK. So now adding a levels adjustment layer. First one, because I will add another one, which I usually do. What I'm trying to do is to get some better whites, some real whites, some real blacks, and of course I need to keep details. It's very important to keep details and to not overshadow or burn areas and losing details. Okay, so it's time now to add my second levels layer, and I will be doing the same thing. The purpose of this being to remove the excess of gray in the image, building up texture and details to the image. Very important for fine black and white, I think. Okay, grouping these two levels, adjustment layers, and call it levels. So now I want to darken my sky a little bit more. To do so, I will do some masking. I will create a curves adjustment layer, drag the middle point a little bit, however it suits me like that. So, okay. Just want to affect the sky. So I'm going to copy the layer mask created before to darken the sky and paste it to my curves layer. I'm going to paint on my layer mask with a smooth brush to remove this white halo, which is quite ugly. So now creating another curves layer adjustment and dragging the middle point of the curve to the bottom to darken the whole image. And what I will do now is to affect the bottom part of the image. I want to create some depth. To do so, I will pick up my gradient tool and use it on the layer mask to create a gradient from white to black from bottom to top, which will actually darken the river and create this impression of depth. So now we'll add a little bit of vignette effects by adding a curves layer adjustment and moving down the middle point a bit to the bottom like I just did 2 times before to darken the whole image, and drawing a circle on my layer mask with the shape tools, which I will paint in black. Then under my mask setting I will increase the feathering effect, and then I have a vignette. So now we will add some sharpening. Duplicating the background layer and going to Filter, Other and Highpass. I don't want much of the white halo around the edges, so decrease the radius. 2.1 is about okay. Then hit OK. I'll move this layer up, otherwise the sharpening will not be on the image. We'll change the layer mode to overlay. Alright, we're done. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you. I will be making many more, so please don't forget to subscribe. Bye!